Everybody, and welcome back. Let's look at what price did today, and it did absolutely nothing. Full disclaimer, I did take one trade today. It was a good setup, but a loss, unfortunately. So let's look at the charts. We have 4H right in front of us, and you can tell, right, all of these last candles did absolutely nothing. Let's go to 1H. The price was stuck between supply, demand, went up, went down, went up, went down. A lot of people got caught today in this, right, including myself. And I will show you the trade, and I will explain why I did get involved. I took a long off of this demand zone, and unfortunately got stopped out. Price went high, went into this supply zone, and then now retracing into this demand. It's just a mess here right now. Yeah, and ideally, when you see price action like this, where you have so many indecision candles, just stay out, man. And this is the biggest lesson that I can give you all today, that when price is not committing, it does not look clean, just stay out. Okay, so why did I get involved, right? And let's see and study what price shows us here. This morning, when we came in Wednesday, 5, 6, 7, 8 o'clock, I think this is the time where I came in. This supply zone was formed by us via a sweep of all of this liquidity, right? So you have that 1H liquidity marked here. And on GU, typically this pair loves to sweep liquidity and then commit. Right, it's seeking liquidity. In order for the price to move, it always sweeps high probability zones and then commits. EU, on the other hand, you will see most of the time it'll stick to demand and supply flip zones, and it'll commit. You don't see a lot of sweeps on EU, but on GU it requires a lot of it requires a lot of oomph, a lot of money to move this currency pair. So when this was formed and it moved into the demand, we are stuck between the supply and demand, right? I mean, I should have recognized this, but the way the setup came up, it was so clean that I wanted to play out my edge on clean setups, because if I took that setup on a large number of trades, chances are that I will be on the positive side rather than the negative, more than 50-60% of the time. Let's go to 15 minutes and I'll explain what happened. Okay, so again, when price started coming in, we had right here, it went into this supply zone. And why I took this trade, let me in fact share this trade with you guys right now. This is the trade I took. So when price started moving into this demand zone, it went into the supply, right? For me, it took out all of this liquidity. Then what it did was it swept this low, so meaning that this low should have been protected because it took all of the structure, right? So more liquidity was built up here, which it took, and then it had an aggressive push out, right? So we had a nice V-shaped reaction. It gave me a chalk right off the bat, right? And then we had a beautiful pivot candle, and I placed an entry on the distal of this candle with my stop loss right below that. Unfortunately, price did go up. It came down, took me out, went back up a little bit, came down all the way, went all the way back. So, I mean, it was just ranging all over the place. This setup over here that you see is my bread and butter setup, right? It is very clean. Visually, it's clean. You can see price is moving. Unfortunately, in this case, I had a loss, and the reason for that, I just explained that the price, this POI was formed by a liquidity sweep, came into this nice equilibrium demand zone for the next boss. That was the expectation, and that's why I set this trade up the way it is. And unfortunately, we had a loss. So after that, there was not really much opportunities. If I take that out, price came in. Let's go back to 1H. Price came back in, swept this entire demand zone, and it aggressively pushed up. We had a chalk as well, And now we have this demand, price came in, it's end of session for me. I'm not looking for any trades. Maybe when price came in over here, I could have looked at something, but again, on 15 minutes, the movement is so slow that I was just not interested. Once I had that loss, it was done for me. Now, the question is, will that one loss put a dent in your trading plan? Would you lose confidence in your trading plan? And the answer is no, because you are playing the process rather than making each individual trade and associating your entire belief in trading to that one trade, that if you're a good trader or a bad trader. And that is the biggest mistakes a lot of people fall into, that they define their being as a trader based on 1 or 2 trades, a couple of trades, 5, 10 trades. It should not be that. You should follow your process. You should follow your plan. Once you follow the process, the edge will play out, right, over a long term, a large sample size of data. But if you start, doubting yourself on a single trade, second trade, then you're going to be in a whole lot of emotional roller coaster ride, because you will face losses, and then it'll create doubt, self-doubt. You'll doubt your plans. You'll doubt your edge. You'll doubt yourself. Okay, guys, that was it. A good trade, but unfortunately, not a winner. -1 or simple loss. On to the next day tomorrow. You all take care. Bye-bye now.